Okay, hear me out. Kevin McCallister didn't grow up to be a normal suburban dad. He grew up to be John Kramer, the Jigsaw Killer. The events of Home Alone weren't a home invasion defense. They were a prototype. A brilliant, disturbed child discovering that he enjoyed inflicting pain on people who made bad choices. The Wet Bandits were his first test subjects. The house was his first trap. And Merry Christmas, you filthy animal, that was just his first draft of Game Over. In 1990, we watched a cute blonde kid defend his house from two bumbling burglars. It was slapstick. It was funny. We laughed when a man got a hot iron dropped on his face. But 14 years later, James Wan introduced us to Jigsaw, an engineer who places victims in elaborate mechanical traps to test their will to survive. We think these are different genres, but look at the methodology. Both characters are engineers. Both characters judge their victims. Both characters believe pain is a teacher. Today, I'm going to prove to you that Home Alone isn't a Christmas movie. It is the prequel to Saw. Before we get to the traps, we have to look at the environment. Where does Jigsaw operate? Industrial basements? Places filled with pipes, steam, and gears? Where did Kevin McCallister's trauma begin? The basement. Kevin is terrified of the furnace. To him, it is a monster. It has a mouth. It roars. It is a beast of iron and fire. But by the end of the movie, what does he do? He conquers it.
Shut up!
He goes down there. He realizes the monster is just a machine. He stares it down. This is the moment the switch flipped. He realized that if he could control the machine, he could control fear. Jigsaw's entire aesthetic, the rust, the gears, the darkness, the steam, is Kevin subconsciously recreating the basement where he learned to be brave. He forces his victims to face the furnace, just like he did. He wants them to feel the heat. Every great engineer needs a plan. In the Saw franchise, Jigsaw leaves behind detailed schematics of his traps. He draws them out. He calculates the physics. Look at Kevin's battle plan. It is a top-down architectural schematic of the house. He labels the kill zones. He marks the entry points. Micro machines here. Glue here. Torch here. This isn't a kid doodling. This is a tactical layout. He visualized the violence before it happened. He planned the sequence of pain. It is the exact same obsession with preparation. Jigsaw doesn't improvise. Neither does Kevin. Kevin knew exactly where Marv would step. He knew exactly where Harry would walk. He predicted human behavior and built a machine to exploit it. That battle plan is the first page of the Book of Saw. Now let's look at the execution. Kevin McCallister is an 8-year-old boy. Yet, in a matter of hours, he constructs a complex network of triggers, weights, and physics-based weaponry. The heated doorknob? That's thermodynamics. He superheats the metal to brand the skin. The paint can pendulum? That's calculus. He has to calculate the arc and the weight to hit a moving target on a staircase. The blowtorch rig? That's mechanical engineering. These aren't pranks. These are lethal. If Harry and Marv obeyed the laws of physics, they would have died 10 times over. A paint can swinging from that height would crush a skull. A blowtorch to the scalp would cause permanent brain damage and necrotic tissue death. Kevin wasn't trying to scare them away. He was testing the limits of the human body. He was testing structural integrity. Jigsaw's traps are famous for being intricate mechanical puzzles, Rube Goldberg machines of death. Where did he learn that? He learned it in Chicago in 1990 using his father's tools. Jigsaw doesn't just hurt people, he humiliates them. He covers them in blood, guts, and filth. He strips away their dignity. Look at the feather trap. It doesn't cause physical damage. It causes psychological damage. Kevin glues Harry. Then he covers him in feathers. Why? To turn him into a chicken. To mock him. To dehumanize him. In Saw, victims often have to dig through needles, or guts, or feces. Kevin is already practicing this. He wants his victims to look ridiculous while they die. He wants them to feel small. The Sticky Bandits name itself is a brand of shame that Kevin forces upon them. If Home Alone 1 was self-defense, Home Alone 2 was premeditated attempted murder. This is where Kevin evolves. In New York, Kevin doesn't defend a home. He finds an abandoned building, the uncle's house, that is under renovation. He lures the bandits there. He spends hours rigging a torture chamber in a location nobody knows about. This is exactly how Jigsaw operates. He finds abandoned industrial spaces, sets them up, and lures his victims in. Look at the brick scene. Kevin stands on the roof and throws heavy bricks directly at Marv's head. 4 times. He isn't giggling anymore. He is focused. He is trying to end life. This shows a rapid escalation in his bloodlust. The traps get more brutal. The electricity arc? The kerosene explosion? Kevin realized that the thrill wasn't in the safety. The thrill was in the game. He wasn't running away. He was leading them into the slaughterhouse. Now look at Kevin's reaction to violence. Most children would be terrified. They would be hiding under the bed. Kevin? He is having the time of his life. He watches them suffer with a detached, cold curiosity. He doesn't call the police immediately. Why? Because the game wasn't over yet. Jigsaw believes he is helping people. He believes he is purging them of their sins.
Congratulations, you are still alive. Most people are so ungrateful to be alive. But not you. Not anymore.
Kevin views the Wet Bandits the same way. They are bad men. They are sinners, thieves. Therefore, they deserve the pain. Kevin justifies his sadism with moral superiority.
I'm the man of the house.
He believes he has the right to judge who enters his domain and how they are punished. This is the exact God complex of John Kramer. In Saw, Jigsaw always has an apprentice, someone he teaches, someone he manipulates. Amanda, Hoffman. In Home Alone, Kevin manipulates old man Marley. The neighborhood thinks Marley is a serial killer, the shovel slayer. They think he kills people and salts them in a trash can. Kevin is the only one who approaches him. He gets inside Marley's head. He forces Marley to reconcile with his estranged son.
My point is, you should call your son.
Kevin treats Marley like a pawn. He uses Marley to save him at the end, effectively turning the shovel slayer into his first accomplice. He taught Marley to value his family again. He rehabilitated him. That was Jigsaw's first successful game. He took a broken man and fixed him through psychological intervention. But Jigsaw also needs muscle. He needs a brutish enforcer. In Saw, this is Detective Hoffman. In Home Alone, this is Buzz. Buzz bullies Kevin relentlessly.
I'm gonna let you sleep in my room if you're growing on my ass.
But notice something about Jigsaw's accomplices. They are often people who hurt him or were tested by him. Kevin learns toughness from Buzz. He learns how to intimidate.
Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof.
Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof. Kevin isn't afraid of Buzz. He studies him. My theory? When Kevin grows up and becomes Jigsaw, he recruits Buzz. Buzz becomes the muscle. Buzz puts the victims in the traps while Kevin designs them. It's a family business. The McCallister brothers, united by trauma and violence. Finally, the smoking gun. The method of communication. Jigsaw rarely speaks directly to his victims. He uses avatars, he uses recordings, he uses the Billy puppet.
You don't know me. I want to play a game. You better hurry up. Live or die. Make your choice.
Kevin loves avatars. He uses mannequins to simulate life. He uses cardboard cutouts, Michael Jordan, to trick people. He prefers to hide behind a mask. He uses pre-recorded audio to communicate with the outside world. He uses a movie clip to threaten the pizza boy.
Before I pump your guts full of lead. 1, 2, 10.
He uses a talkboy to trick the hotel staff.
This is Peter McCallister, the father.
Yes, sir.
I'd like a hotel room, please,
Yes.
with an extra large bed.
He is already practicing the Jigsaw method. He creates a scary persona, the gangster, the puppet, to strike fear into his victims while he watches from the shadows. The Angels with Filthy Souls gangster is just the beta version of Billy the Puppet. And look at Jigsaw's pig mask. Why a pig? Maybe because Kevin's brother always called him a little trout or a disease. Kevin adopts animal masks to distance himself from his humanity. Why did John Kramer snap? In Saw, he gets cancer. He tries to commit suicide by driving off a cliff, but survives. He realizes life is precious. Kevin's trauma starts early. He is abandoned by his entire family. He is bullied by his brother Buzz. He is ignored by his parents. He wishes them away, and they vanish.
I made my family disappear.
He grows up believing he has godlike powers to alter reality. But imagine the adult life of Kevin McCallister. The abandonment issues, the PTSD, the media circus. He changes his name to John Kramer to escape the fame of being the Home Alone kid. He becomes a civil engineer using his trap skills. He tries to be normal, but the emptiness remains. Until the cancer diagnosis. The cancer didn't create Jigsaw. The cancer just reminded Kevin of who he used to be. It reminded him of the thrill he felt when he dropped that iron on Marv's face. It reminded him that he likes to play games. He didn't want to die without finishing the work he started in Chicago. Let's map the life of the Trap Master. 1990, The Awakening. Kevin defends his home. He discovers his genius for engineering and his lack of empathy for criminals. He meets Old Man Marley and learns the power of rehabilitation. 1992, The Escalation. Kevin gets lost in New York. He actively hunts the bandits. He uses bricks, electricity, and kerosene. He upgrades from defense to offense. 1995 to 2000, The Disappearance. Kevin changes his name to John Kramer. He enters architecture engineering school. He excels at physics but is socially isolated. He reconnects with Buzz Hoffman. 2003, The Diagnosis. John Kramer gets cancer. He survives a suicide attempt. He decides that the world is full of people who don't appreciate their lives, like his family didn't appreciate him. 2004, The Game Begins. He kidnaps his first victims. He uses the same logic he used on the Wet Bandits. Live or die, make your choice. So, when you watch Home Alone this Christmas, don't laugh. Run. You are watching the developmental footage of a serial killer. You are watching a boy realize that the only way to deal with intruders is to torture them until they appreciate the error of their ways. Kevin McCallister defended his house. John Kramer defended his philosophy. It's the same person. He just upgraded from paint cans to bear traps. I'm tweeting at Macaulay Culkin. Ask him if he wants to play a game.